Hey everyone, welcome back to Wheel Rev, the place where two wheels mean freedom and horsepower means happiness. Today we've got something that's going to hit you right in the nostalgia butt with a modern punch. Say hello to the 2025 Honda VTX 1800A, a legend reborn. Bigger, sharper, meaner. Honda's classic cruiser is back, and it's come back with a vengeance. If you're someone who remembers the original VTX series from the early 2000s, you probably remember that monster 1795cc V-twin, the raw torque, and that distinct, muscle-bound cruiser stance. The new 2025 model pays homage to that legacy but brings it screaming into the modern world with updated tech, refined engineering, and a design language that feels like muscle cars collided with cyberpunk dreams. Let's break this one down, because if you're a cruiser fan, or just someone who respects bikes with real road presence, you're going to want to hear this. Starting with what's under the hood, or more accurately, between the frame rails. Honda has stuck true to form with a massive 1832cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine. That's right, they didn't shrink it. They pushed it even further. This engine is a reworked version of Honda's proven power plants, tuned specifically for torque delivery in the low to mid-range. You're looking at roughly 130 horsepower at 4,900 RPM, and a staggering 170 Newton-meters of torque. Translation: twist that throttle and you're going to feel like you're pulling the earth backward. The exhaust note is rich, deep, but not obnoxiously loud. Honda struck a balance between muscle bike grunt and long-distance touring civility. That's important, because the VTX 1800 isn't just about stoplight flexing, it's about open highways, endless rides, and rolling thunder across the landscape. Now, what about handling? Traditionally, bikes of this size, and we're talking about a bike that weighs in at around 330 kilograms weight, aren't exactly nimble. But Honda's gone to work here. The 2025 VTX 1800 uses an all-new aluminum double cradle frame designed to shave weight and improve torsional rigidity. Combine that with a low center of gravity and a revised rake angle, and you've got the bike that feels surprisingly composed, even when you lean into those sweeping curves. Don't get me wrong, it's still a big cruiser, but it's no wallowing beast. It feels planted, deliberate, confident. Suspension is handled by a beefy 47mm inverted front fork with adjustable preload and rebound, while out back there's a hidden single shock with adjustable preload. This setup smooths out rough roads without feeling too soft or disconnected. Whether you're carving coastal highways or just cruising around town, comfort is dialed in. And speaking of comfort, let's talk seating position. Honda clearly listened to riders on this one. The seat is a wide, deep bucket with a lumbar rise that actually supports your lower back. The foot pegs are forward, but not so stretched that you feel like you're hanging off the back of a rocket sled. Bars are wide, with a gentle pullback, keeping your shoulders relaxed and posture commanding. This is a bike designed to let you ride for hours without constantly shifting to find a comfortable spot. Now, if you're familiar with the cruiser world, you know that braking performance is often a weak spot. Not here. The VTX 1800 features dual 320mm front discs with radial mount for piston calipers and a 316mm rear disc with a single twin piston caliper. ABS is standard, but the system has been tuned to allow for progressive braking inputs without the computer yanking control away from you. It's smooth, powerful, and confidence-inspiring, exactly what you want when you're hauling this much metal around town or down a mountain pass. Of course, no modern bike would be complete without electronics, and Honda's brought the VTX series firmly into 2025. You get a full TFT display, a bright, crisp, and fully customizable. There's Bluetooth connectivity, navigation integration, and full compatibility with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Want to stream your music, take calls, or get live GPS directions? No problem. Everything is controlled via backlit handlebar controls or voice commands if you have a Bluetooth headset connected. Simple, clean, no distractions. Honda's also included multiple ride modes. You've got standard, sport, and rain, each adjusting throttle response, ABS sensitivity, and traction control. And yes, The VTX 1800 now comes with traction control. Some purists might scoff at that, but considering the torque this thing makes, especially on wet surfaces, it's a welcome addition for real-world riding. Design-wise, the VTX 1800 is muscular with just the right amount of futuristic aggression. The fuel tank is sculpted, swooping down into that thick solo seat. The LED lighting is sharp, especially that aggressive split-beam headlamp up front, a signature look that's unmistakable, day or night. The wheels are 10-spoke alloys with a machine finish, adding just the right touch of premium feel. Honda offers several paint options, including a deep metallic black, candy apple red, and my personal favorite, that stealth matte graphite with subtle bronze pinstriping. One thing I absolutely have to mention is Honda's new adaptive torque assist system. This isn't just traction control, it actively modulates throttle input and torque delivery based on lean angle and road conditions. It's like having a quiet, invisible co-pilot who's only there when you overstep. It doesn't intrude on your ride, but when that rear wheel hits gravel mid-corner, you'll be thanking Honda engineers. Alright, let's talk price, because we all know that's where reality comes knocking. The 2025 Honda VTX 1800 starts at around $19,999, depending on trim and options. Fully loaded, with custom paint, heated grips, upgraded sound system, and luggage racks, you're looking closer to the $22,000 $23,000 range. For what you're getting, though, sheer torque, iconic styling, modern tech, and that bulletproof Honda engineering, it's one of the best cruiser values of 2025. For those of you comparing this to its main rivals, think Harley-Davidson's Lowrider Street or the Indian Chief Bobber Dark Horse, the VTX stands apart by blending Honda's reliability with a bit more refinement and a bit less chrome flash. It's for the rider who loves classic cruiser shapes but doesn't necessarily want the barroom bravado that sometimes comes with the American V-twin scene. Where does that leave us? Honestly, Honda's move to revive the VTX was a bold one, bringing back a nameplate that had cult-like love but also carried the weight of high expectations. Risky. But after spending time on this machine, it's clear they didn't just bring it back to cash in on nostalgia. They brought it back to lead the pack. So, who's the spike for? It's for the rider who wants muscle without mess, to work without tantrums, comfort without compromise. It's for riders who don't want to choose between long-haul comfort and street presence. And for those who appreciate Honda's do it right or don't do it at all philosophy, the VTX 1800 is exactly that. Done right. Bottom line, if you've been waiting for a cruiser that feels old school in soul but 21st century in execution, the 2025 Honda VTX 1800 deserves a spot on your short list. That's going to wrap it up for today's review here on Wheel Rev. If you like this breakdown, hit that subscribe button, smash the like if torque makes you happy,